Good morning. Today I'm at Gracegarden, which is my home. And it's a little jungly. I'm smiling. It makes me very happy, even though it needs a lot of work, a lot of weeding, and reapplication of wood chips and such. But I love this wild look. I wish it was just a little bit more controlled, but we're getting there. I'd take more flowers over more wood chips any day. And birds singing over the lawnmower. But let's take a little walk. These flowers, this abundance of purple right here, is Hesperus, or Dame's Rocket. And I actually grew this from seed, although it is a common roadside weed. I grew it from seed, not understanding that, and being new to Pennsylvania when I did it. That's my new garden coming. My holly bush, my holly tree, which I think I'm going to try to put Christmas lights on this in December. But here I have a couple dahlias coming right here in this corner, and they're underplanted with alyssum. And in this spot, which nothing is coming out of the ground at all here yet, but there's gladiolas in here. And in this corner I planted some marigold seeds and some lisianthus, but nothing's happening there yet. I'm not expecting anything yet. It's not, I only planted them 5 days ago. So this is a Wigelia. Behind it, you can't see, is a Miss Kim lilac, which really didn't have any flowers this year. And here's another lilac. It's finished. I got to get some rebar and make that straight. Give it a little support, because that rose was really laying over, and it's standing up much better. But I got to get to Home Depot and get some rebar to fix that. And I bought some. Here's a peony that's been here a while. It's a coral Rhine something. And then right behind it is a rose that's the same color as the peony. And look, it comes down and sort of mixes in here with the peony. And I just love it when this is all blooming. And right now it's not sunny out, it's early morning. But the tree above our heads makes such a nice dappled sun. And I know peonies like sun, not shade, but it grows here. And I bought 3 more peonies. There's one up in that corner next to the bottom of the arch. And then there's one right here. I'll tell you, I got them at Lidl's. They were $12 each. And there's one in there behind that rose. You can't hardly see it, but I got 3. They have buds on them. And they came from Lidl's for $12. I couldn't pass it up. And there's 2 more of the coral ones and a white one that I just got. And then right here, this is a Festiva Maxima, which is white with maybe a little blotchy spots of pink in it, but mostly white. And that's been here for a while. That would do better if it had a sunnier location. It's really tucked into a shady spot, so I think I have to move that. Maybe I'll put it over there with the others. Just a couple feet can make all the difference. And I could also limb up, take that one branch right there off. I think I'm going to, and that will give just a little bit more sunlight there. This is my dog. She's a little ditzy just like me. And I recently put some more hostas in here. And a columbine. I bought myself a columbine. It was $3.50. I couldn't pass it up either because it was, well, it's pretty finished now, but it's been blooming for a long time. And this is supposed to be what's called the May gap, between the tulips and the bulb flowers and everything else, the roses and such. You can't hardly see my alliums down in there. But this is iris time. The May gap, really the biggest thing to see in your garden is irises. These aren't quite open yet. This is a lovely peach that I got from my friend Martricia. And this black one I got from a lady that I used to take care of her garden, Mrs. Kunzman. I have some very, very cherished plants from Mrs. Kunzman's garden. And I don't know where the yellow irises come from, but yellow is my favorite color. And there's not a lot of yellow in my garden at other times of the year, but in the springtime, there's yellow because it sets off this purple. And it looks awesome. I know my garden is a little not for everyone, and it's not even perfect by my standard, but I do love it. I'm going to be quiet now and just walk around, which is going to be hard for me because I want to tell you about all my cool plants. This is called Purple Chariot. It's a miniature rose. And it's a good almost 4 feet tall probably, with tiny fragrant roses on it, and it is covered. But we took that bunch of trees down, and we still got more to take down. And when I walk back there, wait till you see it. But it pulled sunshine and lightness to this whole area, and it almost reminds me of, I don't know, like a prairie, or I don't know what. All these little flowers came out. I love it. And there's moss. There's moss all over here, so I don't know if the extra light is gonna help or hurt the moss. We'll have to see. I have a flat of plants to put in this open spot now, which I hope we'll do later today. It's Memorial Day, by the way, so hopefully later I'll get to do some planting here. And planting over there because I have some raspberries to put in. And I know I should wait till they get all the sticks out, but I'm waiting for my son to help me, and he has to fit that into his schedule. Now, this, ignore the sumac, but this is a row of Sarah Bernhardt peonies that was here when I bought my 100-year-old house. So I wouldn't doubt that these peonies are probably close to that age. there was probably an outbuilding out here that this line of peonies was next to, because that's an outhouse. No longer has the hole in the floor. It's just a little garden shed now. But there was no toilet in my house up until 1965. They used the outhouse in Pennsylvania in the winter. Up till 1965, I find that interesting. And then this is Mirkwood. It is so dense. And my in there somewhere is my beloved mulberry trees. I have two, a white and a purple mulberry tree in there. So we have to get them out. If I walked around the back, you'd see that they're not covered in the back. And they do give us lots and lots of berries every year. But we need to take this whole thing looked like that. This whole thing looked like that. And we've gotten this far. But oh my goodness, that is thick. I like trees and I like woods, and I love that my yard is so foliated. My son has decided to collect wood. So we're set. We don't have a fireplace, but we have wood. So this is the walk around over here. And we have a fire pit. But it'll be a long time before we burn all that wood up. And this is the other corner of the yard. I have to get in here and get it ready for summer. Get my pond going. I think I need a new pump. I'll have to get that with the rebar. And we got our little pergola up. Get back, Penny. Penny, get back. Get out of there. Go. Go. It's not for you. Go. Get back. Back up. Go. Penny, go. Get back. Go. Get out of the garden. Good girl. I sit the flowers here, the arrangements, and take pictures so I can send them to my customers, what they bought, when someone orders flowers to be delivered from. I am a full service florist. I love it here. That's one of my lilacs that came from my mother's garden, the garden I grew up in. And those lilacs were really full of flowers well, 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because they bloom earlier than the Miss Kims, which is unusual because usually the smaller plant will bloom first, but the Miss Kim, they're just coming into bloom now. Well, I just thought I'd walk around the garden with you. I didn't shut up much, did I? Sorry. One lone allium because I cut all the other ones for a flower arrangement. Oh, here's a plant I want to show you. Excuse me. Oh, this is my lovely Hosta Sieboldi elegans. There's another one right there, another trunk right there, which I'm gonna, I might leave it there. But this I grew from seed. And I've divided it and shared it with gardening friends many times. I have another one over there on the other side of the holly. But I grew them from seeds, and they're glorious. They're almost as, you can see that big rose bush across over by the outhouse. They're almost as high as that 4-foot rose bush. But here I wanted to show you this. The clematis. Jackmani. I have other clematis growing over here, but these are actually seedlings. These came by themselves. So that's interesting. But this is another plant I got from that lady Morticia that I got the peach irises from. This was growing in a crack in her sidewalk outside her house. But it came from a plant that was on her property. So it's from her garden. And it's hard to see, but it crawls across the ground. And it goes across the ground. You can't see it, but it's underneath all those lilies crawling across the ground. See it? And it goes all the way to those yellow flowers in the ground. So it's really easy to pull up. Oh, here, you can see it over there. See it on the ground? You can pull it up. And it has roots all along it. So it's easy to share and to cut for flower arranging. It's great in a flower arrangement. It's really beautiful. Well, thank you for joining me. Hopefully this will be a documentation of where I started. And in a couple of weeks I'll show you a much improved tapestry. It'll be totally different. These purple flowers will be gone. There'll be something else here. The roses. So come back and see the roses. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment, ask a question. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.